This is Irontrader, and this is the last call of the day. Take a look here at crude oil, WTI, and Brent. We'll take a look here at natural gas, gold, silver, Bitcoin, and we'll take a look at the indexes, which are really nice and green. Okay, at the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted for crude and natural gas, along with the EIA report there for crude oil and natural gas. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation by Sunny Stock Market ETF. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have crude oil. Now, I can see here we made this lower low today and a lower high. We're still downtrending situation here on both of these charts, WTI and Brent. Now, what we have here today is an indecision candle, okay? So it looks like here that they might have a possible deal with Iran. We don't know exactly how that's going to be. Eventually, you're going to get a shakeout. The question is, are you going to stick to the deal? What is the whole 9 yards? Now, that all sounds good. The problem is the U.S. is has been bombing some of the Iran facilities, and now Iran said they're shooting missiles at their ships and their planes. So we don't know exactly what direction is. So that's why we got to trade the charts. Now, if you watched my video this morning, I said just trade where we're trading against this a level here. You had your high of 93.69 and 87.77. That was yesterday. Now today we made this a little bit lower low here at 87.11. So what we're looking at next, if it keeps around rolling down, is we're looking right here at 85.50 level. And we'll come down to the bottom of this candle, 84.37. Then we're looking for the 100-day here at 83.06, and that's going to be very, very key. Now, if we lose that, we're going to come right to the bottom here and retest this 78.97 level and possibly all the way down to that 71.84. Now, usually what happens is if it holds this 100-day, that could be a buying opportunity to take it back up. If it loses it, you can go down to this big target, 71.84, sure as hell. You know what I'm saying? Now, 39, that's not bought or sold. The green is over your red, shows momentum downside, and that's what we have. What I don't like about this is how the 8-day crossed the 21-day, crossed the 50-day. Now, when those futures open air at 6 p.m., this 8-day is not going to be 96.63. This is going to be lower. This could be even down in the 95 areas here. So that's going to be a very, very strong resistance levels if it happens to rally up. So what we're watching on today is right now we're watching 92.52 on the high. We're watching 93.69. And we'll come up here, 94.70 level here. We'll come to the bottom of this candle here, 95.76. And then we'll be looking right here for that 96.63 level. We're going to be looking for 97.84, your 50-day, and then your 21-day at 99.54. Now, yeah, we could go up higher, we can go over here, but right now, this is just a declining situation. So we have a high, we have a lower high, we have a lower high, and now we have a lower high, and now we're trending on down. Basically here, this was the tail of this candle right here, because first of all, this was an indecision candle, but right here, if you look at the top of that, look how that line comes right across. Look all that resistance right there, okay, right there, right here, and right here. Look at that come right across here. Now, we could not break through that, okay? And look at what happened. It's just coming right on down. So I'm really looking for right here is this 83.06 level. That's very, very possible situation. Now, I am still scalping on the long side. And UCO is working out very, very nicely, okay? You got as low as 42.15 today, as high as 45.12. Okay, now you're sitting at 44.66. So this is really just a really good trading situation here. Now, again, if it comes on down, we got to see if it holds that key 100 SMA here kind of situation. But if it rallies up here, just watch that 8-day. That's going to be like a brick wall going higher. Now, here on the old Brent, well, you can see here, this is even getting worse here. Now, today we made this low here of 90.64 level, okay? So what you always do is just look to the left of the chart here. You're looking right here, you're looking at 90.01, okay? That's going to be a next target. And then we're going to have this 100-day at 88.39. Now, we lose that. This is going to be your target, the bottom of that candle right there at 86.08. That's going to be key. And then, yes, we have support here, but realistically, you lose that 100-day. This is going to be your target, to be 76.43 level, okay? Now, on the upside here, well, today we made a high 95.96. We're looking for yesterday's high 96.96 level, and then we'll come up here because this is a gap 175, and then we look to the bottom there at that fill 101.38 gap fill. Then we have your 8-day, which is rolling over 102.51 here. We have the 50-day at 103, and then we have your 21-day at 105.48 level. Now, again, when the futures open, this is not going to be 102.51. This is going to be right down. It could be right down at 101 area. So if this have any kind of a rally situation, that is going to be like a brick wall going higher. Now, okay, that all being said, Friday, tomorrow's Friday, okay? Do you want to go short into the weekend? Do you want to go long into the weekend? So you have to try to make a decision on what you're going to do. For me, I'm just going to be trading it, and I'll see what happens Sunday night. You can start trading all these ETFs at 8 o'clock and just be patient. Take the money, put it in your freaking pocket. You can always buy it back again, long or short. 37. This is not overbought or oversold. The green is below your red, shows momentum downside, and that's exactly what you have. But realistically, I'm looking for the Hondo here, and I'm looking for the Hondo there. Alrighty, let's take a look here now at natural gas. Okay, here we have natural gas. Now, if you've been just watching the videos here, I said we had this downtrend situation going here, okay? Then we broke it very, very slow, but I said natural gas will have its day again. And sure as hell, we're having its day again, okay? Now, it zoomed up here very, very nicely, okay? So, again, we had this 4 days of selling, but what did it do? It held that 21 simple moving average. Nice. Put an indecision candle, but look at here what we had yesterday. Okay, ran right up here to the 100-day. Now look at here, held that 8-day, and now we're rising up. So today, 3.28 level. Okay, now what are we sitting at here? Look at just nice weekly chart. I said, okay, what we want to do if we can get through this 21-day, 316. If we can get through that key 100-day, then we have your target going right here is going to be that 3.27. So you're sitting at 3.28 now. Now, if we can get above that, we have that 50-day, okay, sitting at 341, and we have right here at 337. So 3.3737 is going to be your next target. And that's going to be very, very key on the whole situation. Okay, so what we have here, we're looking right here at this white key 100 SMA here, but really not the next level here. We're looking for that 3.37 level, and then we're going to be looking here right there for that 341 and right 340. This is going to be your next level. So UNG was a very, very good trade today. Got down as low as 1128, high as 1193 level. Okay, so I made this really worked out good. I mean, once we start breaking through these levels here, I got in a little bit late on the UNG. I'll admit that. But again, because I'm waiting for it to break through that 21-day, break through that 100-day. Then when I see it start breaking through, then I jumped into the trade, and look how nice this is working out here, okay? So again, on the upside here, what we're looking for is bottom line here is we're looking for this right there, 3.37 level and that 340. And then we have to see what the reaction on. This is going to be very, very strong resistance on that level. However, if we can break through that, we have levels right up here. Okay, you're looking at that 3.49 level. We could come up to the top of this level here at that 3.73. Then we can start working yourself all the way up into these levels here at 4.17 level. We have 4.21, and then we come up here to 4.59 and then venture all the way on up here. This big retest all the way here at 549. Okay, but let's not get too excited here, because you really still have to get through this 200-day, that 50-day, and this 200-day. And that's not going to be easy. That's going to be strong resistance. Now, on the downside, well, we got the 100-day. Now that can become support, 3.27. Right here, the 21-day, 3.16. And right here at 3.15. That's all your strong resistance, and even down to that 3.04. But right now, this is looking pretty good. For 67, this is not overbought or sold. That has plenty of room to run. This has room to run. They just started crossing over here and crossing over here. Now, again, I don't hold natural gas. I just take the profits, put it in my pocket, and I'll wait for 6 o'clock tonight to see if there's any kind of a trades open. Now, oil, I'll hold, long and short. But natural gas, I mean, they don't call this the widowmaker for nothing. So just be a little bit careful. But again, watch these key levels, that 3.16 level, then right here. And then on the upside here, if we can get to that 200-day, that 340, that would be really good. But we break above it, we have a lot of nice room to run here, all the way up to that retest at 4.42. Okay, let's take a look here now at gold. Okay, here we have gold. Now, I've been watching my videos, which I know you have. This is what I've been pointing out right here. Okay, see this? See how nice that held? All the way down, that 200-day, rallied right on up to that 50-day. Okay, see that? What did it do today? Right down to that 200-day, and you held it, and look at this nice green candle. Okay, so look at that, how nice that held that support. This is why you always want to use, just keep your charts freaking simple. I can't point it out enough. 8-day, 21-day, 50-day, 100-day, 200-day. RSI, this is not just measured relative strength, also negative, positive divergence, and this is your momentum right here. That's all you need. And these here blue lines are just price channels, tops and bottoms of candles, okay? Life is easy. I've used every freaking indicator on the map, and I tell you, the easier you make something, the more money you make, okay? Now, let's look at that, how nice it held. Look at here, how nice it held. This is going to be the key level here. So when we look at the downside now, we're above that 8-day. This is what you're watching, 45.23. That's going to be key. That is your 8-day. We lose that, you're going to come right down here, 44.80. Then we come down to yesterday's low, 44.31. And then right here, 43.89. That's the 200-day. Very, very key. If we lose that, okay, then this is going to be your target right there at 42.27. See how nice and easy that is? Hey, don't complicate things. It doesn't make any sense. Now, upside, right here, 45.47. That's going to be very, very key. Next level, 45.61. Then we come up here up to 45.83. Then we'd be looking for 45.99, your 21-day, and then your 50-day at 46.49. Okay. Now we always want to watch here. What do you got? 46.60. Lines up very, very nicely here with that 50-day. Okay. See this? Very, very nicely. Now we get above that, then we kind of come up here to this key, a 21-day. Then we have your retest. Then we have your key 100 at 48.07. Now, you got to be very careful because if this does rally up here, we go through that 21-day, watch this 50-day. Simple reason is, see how we went into it? Couldn't get above it. Into it, couldn't get above it. And see how that's rolling over? The only thing you have to do to make this thing go higher, you got to close above that 50-day. But that's going to be strong resistance, just like this 200-day, okay? Strong support. See this? See how easy this is? Nice, nice, nice. Okay, great scalping in the GLD today. I was waiting for it to hold. It held. Boom. Nice trade. Now, 42, not overbought, oversold. Sideways action here. This is still trending down until we're going to get above that 8-day and the 21-day. And we have sideways action here. Okay, so bottom line here, key levels to watch, that 8-day, this 200-day, that's on the downside. We lose that, here's your target, 42.27. Upside, very, very easy. Right here, 21-day, 50-day, and 21-day, okay? Once we get above that, then we have a good shot at the retest, good shot at that 100-day. All right, take a look here at silver. Okay, here we have silver. Excellent trading in the old silver. SL frickin' D. Okay, working out great. Got as low as 66.15. Looks like, oh, it's going to fall off the map. High right now, sitting at 68.41. Just beautiful trade. Came right on down. We hit this low right there of 72 flat. Okay, so what we're looking for, 71.31. We're holding that. That's a key level. We were looking over here first, 71.65, and right there, 71.31. Holding it very, very nice. Now we're right into the meat of it, right back up again here. Okay, so watch. Right here, this 8-day, 77.18. Okay, right here, 75.95. Okay, these are your key levels right there. Okay, that 8-day. We got to get above that by Friday in order to go higher because you got to push that 21-day out of here. But right now, what we're watching here, okay, you're watching 75.95. Then we're watching this 8-day at 76.16. Now, you notice this 8-day, how it crossed the 100-day, 21-day, it never crossed that 50-day. Now she's sideways action, okay? So pay attention to that. Pay attention to this bottoming tail, okay? So bottom line right here, 75.95, right there, okay? 76.16, and then right here, 77.98, 21-day. Very, very strong. Then we come right here, 77.18. Always watch those three, that combination. Now, if you get above all that, then we have 80.26. Then we have 81.29. We crack above that. This is what you're looking for, 83.24, and you work yourself up to 90. Now, don't get too excited here because we still are hanging right at that 50-day and that 8-day. This is going to be strong resistance. One day does not make a market, but it makes a hell of a trade. I can tell you that. Okay. Now, on the downside here, just watch that 71.31. If we lose it, we have support here. No question about it. But realistically, you're going to be looking right at that 65.86 level. We lose that. Here's your big target right there at that 50-day, 61.32. Sideways action here, sideways action here, sideways action here, sideways action. No big tails going on here. But I do like the bottoming tail that came in and just really good trading SLD. All right, let's take a look here at Bitcoin. Okay, here we have Bitcoin. Now you can see here how this 8-day crossed the 21-day, 100-day. Now we're looking across that 50-day. You can see the downtrending situation. Now we hit this low here today of 72,465. Okay, so all we do is just look right to the left of the chart and say, okay, well, what is next here? Well, we lose that. You're going to come right down here. You got 75.35 level here. We come down to the bottom there. 67.835. We come there. 65.850, and we come all the way down there at 65.90. Okay, very, very quickly. Now, upside here, we're looking right there at that key 50-day at 75.63 level. We have the 8-day, 76.266, and the 100-day right above that, 76.398. Strong resistance because now your price is below all your simple moving average. But, big but here, really, really good trading today here on the short side. Okay, so we got here all the way up to 24.11. I was out there at 23.95 level. Okay, so it was a nice, good little short. But again, I'm not holding short. Okay, because we're below the 50-day. Okay, once this turns, it's just like gold and silver. Once that turns, this could have a nice, good, huge rally right up. And once eventually it's going to happen to say, okay, I'm going to get out of tech, but I'm going to start getting into Bitcoin. I'm going to start getting the stuff that isn't moving. Okay, so bottom line, this is a trade. BITX for the long, BITI for the short. If you want to know a little bit more about that, all you can do is I did a midday trading yesterday on Bitcoin. Check it out. It's sitting there and it looks over all those two ETFs along with the Bitcoin. Now, 38. That's not overbought, oversold. Green is below your red here. Okay, and then we have sideways action, sideways action. Upside here, we got to get back above that key 21-day, back above that 8-day. Okay, that's going to be very, very critical. So right now here, this is to me is just a trade. But when we lost this yesterday, this was a really nice short. Okay, but I took it off. Okay, because I take the money in the pocket. Okay, that's the key. Now I will get short again if we lose right here. Now I'm looking at 72,465. Okay, that was today's low. If we lose that, then I'll be looking for the old short ski, and I'll be looking to take it down to this level here at 75.35 level. Okay, possibly down here, possibly all the way down to that 65.90 level. Now, if she keeps on running down lower, well, this could really, really get hammered because you come down here, down to this level right there. You're looking at, what are we looking at? 62.590. We come down here, 61.834, and then right here, 6,005. Okay, those are your big downside targets. Now, you can see here how we're trending down, but we do have a bottoming tail situation, just like we had a topping tail situation here. So just be a little bit careful because this could reverse very easy, just like here. See this? Okay, so we had this candle. Oh, this is going low. It's going to break through, and it never did. And then look what happened the next day, and then look at that rally. Okay, so just be very, very careful. Eventually, Bitcoin is going to have its day again. But if we lose today's low, 72,465, I will be back into that BITI, and we'll do a short ski. Okay, let's take a look here now at the indexes. Okay, indexes. Well, you can see that here the Nasdaq, we're breaking out. Okay, that's pretty obvious. Okay, so all right, so here's your key support level, 26,725. Okay, so 26,931, I'm looking for that 27,000, and I think we're going to hit it. Now, downside, you got to watch that right there, 26,725. You want to watch that 8-day, and you want to watch that 21-day. That's going to be very key. Then we have this gap right here at 25,464, and that fill at that 25,361. That's all your support, and then we can drop right down to retest 50, 100-day, 200-day. But right now, you know, it's just not going to happen. Right now, we have this negative divergence going here, okay? High, lower high, high, higher high, okay? So eventually that will play out, just not going to play out today, okay? Same thing going on here at the S&P. Watch that key level right there, 75.39. We lose it, you got the 8-day, we got the 21-day, okay? We got the gap here, got the fill, then we can venture all the way down. Eventually, it will fill this gap. Eventually, it's going to fill this gap, just not today. Now, we still have that same negative divergence, but again, if this keeps running on or up here, we could eliminate that. I'm looking for that 76,000 here on the old S&P. Now, Friday's going to be a very, very tricky day. Do you want to, go long into the weekend? I don't know about all that, okay? Because that could be very, very difficult. We don't know exactly what is going to happen with that, okay? So that's what we're looking for. Now, on the old Dow, you can see the Dow is still, we have a sideways consolidation, okay? So here we are sideways. See this? Sideways action. Okay, so we got to get back above right here. That's that key, 50,830. We do that, you're going to go 51,000. Very simple. Now, downside, just watch that 8-day, 21-day. Then we can come all the way down here. Okay, then we have this gap, fill, 50-day, 200-day, gap, fill. Okay, now we do have negative divergence going on this here too, but we have so far nothing has played out, kind of a situation. So be a little patient. For me, traders market, traders market, traders market. Down here, buy and hold, buy and hold, buy and hold. All right, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here tomorrow morning. Remember, TGIF, fast week this way with that 4 days. Trade what's in front of you, not what you want.